it's convenient that she has an opinion that aligns with this particular modern day perspective. I think that I can respect her decision because she didn't have kids most of the time. If you're looking at trying to establish a relationship, it's because you are promoting expansion and lineage. So if you're someone who has recognized that as an individual, you don't really seek to procreate or recreate life and expand life, sure, um, live your single life or whatever. The confusing part is why promote that you want to be single. If you want to be single, we don't need to hear about the flip flop of not wanting marriage. Just be single and live your life and commit to the mission that she claimed is so important. But the fact that she verbalized it, and we know she's a public figure and she's gonna get clicks, that is where I kind of like, okay, how much of this is cool? How much of it is the fact that maybe you're just not good? In the fact that she highlighted that from an individual perspective, it's not that she doesn't desire it, it's that something occurred that she viewed that was so traumatic that she struggles with being able to see the positivity behind it. So she tapped out. Respect, that's fair, but I don't. But then that again, if you haven't dealt with the trauma and you just so happen to arrive at the point to where maybe now you're playing with the idea, she'll fail, because marriage is a mindset, it's a growth, it is a sacrificial commitment. And I think that modern day people don't understand that. It's because of the conveniences, it's because of technology. If you're not a person that understands that you're here to give of self and serve someone else, then yes, stay far away from marriage. Stay single, do your mission, get your dogs. Shout out to you. We respect it. And I'll land.
Now, one of the things that I've seen, and I've spoke about this plenty of times before too, is that I think initially people uh, have desired for companionship, for marriage, and all the above. But the common denominator that I'm hearing a lot of times is the trauma or something happened. And so now there's this big fear factor that comes into play, in which it involves somebody happen to get uncomfortable again and be vulnerable and risk feeling whatever that feeling was that they felt before. So um, I think it might have been better if people lead with, well, I can't say that, because if it failed for them, then I think that they will still say it's just not a good thing. So other people are hearing this rhetoric, and then now they're believing the same thing too. Like if she has some fans and she's saying this thing, now they're, oh, you know what? Well, Maya said this, and this is kind of similar. So like F marriage, like F the whole thing, I'll marry myself. So I can see where the conflict comes in, that because a lot of people are just not smart when it comes to processing information. Like a lot of people just hop on the bandwagon. Like they can't really think for themselves and see and explore and say, hey, you know what? This situation didn't work. It's not marriage itself. It's just that particular person wasn't ready for marriage, or wasn't ready for what I was looking for. Or maybe I didn't vet well. And so this is the reason why I um, I have these results. So that's just my 2 cents. But I'm gonna go to you, Ann. I know you're eager. Let's get Shanice in there first, and Hink, and then we'll circle back around. Go ahead, Shanice. What are your thoughts, man?
Um, I'm double sided right now because I feel like if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. We all know that she's a public figure. Um, she's been in the limelight for years, right? She doesn't have any children. You ain't seen her while out. She's a very respectable, preserved young woman. You never really seen her in a lot of relationships. You've always seen her in a good light. So, first of all, I think it's clickbait. That's all up there. I think it's to keep her relevant. I don't think it's really much of a relationship, marrying myself thing. I think is exactly what she got from it. Clout. But I also believe that if she chooses not to be married to someone, I don't think it's a lie. I think she's standing in her truth. I don't want to. And I 1,000% agree with her when she said she get a whole lot of love everywhere, because when you're in that type of when you're in that type of limelight, you do get a lot of love that overclouds the fact of love. And being married in love is totally different, right? But like she said from the beginning, it's a lot of trauma that she has seen that kind of pushed her away, but she's not close to it. And I whatever she decides to do, I agree with everything that she did. I don't think she did anything out the way. She ain't got no kids. She wasn't promoting getting married. She never talked about getting married. She was focused on her career. She looks good. It don't look like she's stressed. It don't look like she has lost her edges. It don't look like she's going through a lot. I think she's at peace. And that's okay. That's okay. Just because what we think doesn't line up to what she does not make it wrong. Does not make it wrong at all. Because I know a whole lot of people, like I think Clout said this. I know a whole lot of married people that are not happy and they don't even look like they're happy. Then I know a whole lot of married people that are genuinely happy. It's a time and a place for everybody in every season. So maybe she's not close to it, so maybe she might find someone that might change her mind. But as of now, girl, go in. If you want to marry yourself again, do it again, because the dress ain't down. Okay, she looked good, and she always did the same. Maya, I remember when I was a kid, ain't nothing changed, not a wrinkle, not a blemish. It looked like she winning to me. And I land.
I don't think she's winning at all because she's literally frozen in the intimacy department. I think
You don't know that.
we need to step. Well, she literally said, "I have seen some things, therefore I do not seek out long-term partnership like marriage."
Um,
She
I
do you
well,
think
feel like you
I
have to have a long-term partnership in order to have intimacy? Like,
no, I
why
don't. But
is
I
a
think,
long-term
but that's my
partnership a
point, right? Like,
prerequisite?
but that's my point, Jones. Like, we say we don't, we technically no, you don't, but then we outsource that intimacy in other ways. We seek it out through porn or schmex workers or everything else, right? And we have all these substitutes for the intimacy that we're actually deeply craving, but we're too scared to admit that because
Married
certain
people do
things
that too, though.
happen.
but that's not her.
Again, we're not. But my issue though with that, right, is like
Mhm.
even the thing is when you're in a marriage, you can't hide from yourself, right? Like if you
Have
have
you been
shit
married?
going on,
Are you married, or have you been married? And I'm not saying that as like an insult. I'm just curious.
does it matter?
It does.
Well, why is because it matters to me because you're making an assertion about married, and I've been married, and I feel like that's one of those things that people just say that, oh, the intimacy is just so different. Being in love is just being in love. Is just being in
I
love.
didn't get to finish
It's
my
not.
point,
In my,
right?
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah,
Right,
you can. You can finish.
like all the love, like the love that my parents give me or my dog gives me will never be the love my husband gives me, the man who chooses to love me. And therefore that love that he gives me, because to me relationships are mirrors, he will be able to see me in a way that I could never see myself and my father definitely couldn't see, you know? And if I really truly am about me reaching my highest self, then I would also have to accept I can't get there alone. Therefore,
Okay.
I'm not saying that you need to be married, but what I'm saying is for the level of intimacy, vulnerability, and the safety that it requires, it does actually require being committed to this person through and through. It does
It,
require that.
Should
And
we
I
just?
can't, and
it does.
my issue is like we say that we don't want this, but then at the same time we're still having sex and having children out of wedlock and being
See,
bonded to people forever. Like
here's the
Yeah,
thing, though.
that's not her
we
I
story.
still want it.